Good time zone artifact. And happy birthday to all of those around the world. And maybe also my condolences as well. Yikes. Hypergriff. They released photos of well, they released W's photos of all her stalking of Teresa. Oh, bam. Although the one on the right is much more candid. That was cute. They also keep releasing, like, they released like 5 different videos involving W. I haven't watched all of them because they just keep making more. I don't know what they're doing. Get to it at some point. One big video. I mean, I guess you could. Anyway, I need to not forget. I need to check if I upgraded Logos' skills. I forgot to check that again. Quabam. Did I do it? No, I didn't. Thought so. That's a pretty big skill point drop from 80 to 68. That's pretty good. Much more manageable. Now it's below 120%, which is also much better. Which skill will I master? I don't know. Maybe none of them. We'll see. We'll have to see about his third one, which I should really just upgrade him already. Although I don't think, unless the tornadoes count as projectiles, I don't think there's been any projectiles to test it on. No other updates. to be had. Last time, on episode 14, the Exemplars make it to the war front, the front lines of the battle against the Naxahir. It's a meat grinder. The Naxahir have the advantage with the power given to them through the Oranginium catastrophe. But Siege and the gang make their way towards the Duke of Caster's battleship to get the Stone of the Sword so that they can trigger the Sigh of Kings' neutralization ability. But it's not easy going. The Duke of Wellington pulls out of the front line, leaving the other dukes vulnerable. The Duke of Caster's battleship is destroyed by an Oranginium formation erupting from the ground, although she lives. And with things not looking quite well anymore, she actually orders the Trilby Asher to have Siege retreat to safeguard the Sigh of Kings, get out of the battlefield. But Vina refuses, knowing that this is their only chance. And the Trilby Asher actually agrees and disobeys the Duke of Caster's orders to join with Siege, help her reach the Stone of the Sword. As they fight their way to the battleship, the Sigh of Kings is knocked from Siege's back and scatters into the battle, which the Trilby Asher goes to retrieve. And the last Steam Knight, our guy, Charles Lynch, drops in, starts decimating the Sarkaz forces, boosting morale of the surviving Victorian soldiers, making an opening for Siege to get to the Stone of the Sword. The Trilby Asher throws the Sigh of Kings, Horn catches the Sigh of Kings, she throws the Sigh of Kings, Siege gets it, sticks it into the stone, triggers the special ability, neutralizes the catastrophe, which gives the Victorians the upper hand, and presumably will win the battle. Meanwhile, Amia and co get to locate the real blood of Tikaz. After by tracking Solace, whom they had fought briefly, and then she escaped, they tracked her, located the real blood of Tikaz. But of course, Nej Shalem, the king of the Naxahir, had left the battle against the Victorian armies to stop us from reaching the altar. Logos stays behind to fight him. Does pretty well, but gets pushed off the edge of a cliff, lands in some water, and then Phono R is just there and is like, hey, we're like the robot of the Banshees. We're here to help. Logo specifically cuts off Naxahair's arm. Or Naxahair's? Neshalim's arm. We've not heard anything from Lifebone. So maybe we'll get some of that today. Followers, we will always be together. Bring the robot to battle. I mean, I guess I could. But why would I? Not leveled. Why would I level it? I never use robots. Or robot adjacent characters. Oh, I forgot. Also, Shining is at the altar to rescue... or is she at the altar? She's somewhere to rescue Nightingale. Mother, quote-unquote mother. Huisar Shanag. Huisar Shanag. Mama's here, it's alright, I just need to talk to your father for a bit. Didn't you want to look around outside? Just like the blue fowl beast in your favorite story. The fowl beast that can fly high up into the soft, lofty clouds. You can do it, you should live a free life. I'm sorry, my dear child. Mama will get you away from all of this. Huisar Shanag. Enough hiding. I know you're there. You followed her in secret when she came to find me. You witnessed everything. That's good. You need not be afraid of the blood. You'll see much more in the future. Will I die? Of course, my dear. Look, this sword has pierced through my heart. It won't take long before the blood in this body dries up. Your mother wants to leave me because of some pointless delusions, and have you leave me as well. But how is that possible? We have long been bound together by the myriad souls. We cannot be separated. Go, child. Touch your mother. Can you feel it? Her pulse. This is the power of life. Our cycle of life. Through rebirths like this again and again will our lives be perfected. I will always be with you. We shall never part. Didn't think her mask was going to be golden. That's cool. Although maybe I should have expected that. Was I think the other guy's mask is golden too. For some reason I was picturing it being white. My dear Quishar, Shanag, you don't seem happy at all. Didn't the experiment go smoothly? The receptacle has been responding perfectly for the last few tests. When the ceremony is complete, what will happen to her? Her? You mean the receptacle? When it was born, its soul was no longer with us. After all, the leader has been researching for so long just to craft a cage from a pure consciousness to trick the King of Sarkaz. As I was saying before I was rudely interrupted. So Nightingale is just a temporary vessel. She's not supposed to be the permanent King of Sarkaz. She's a temporary vessel to transfer to one of the actual Confessarius, like Shining. Which I guess would make, yeah, I guess that makes a little more sense, because why not take it for yourself? Why make someone else do it if you can just do it for yourself? So it's like a temporary transfer. It's none of your concern. You're always so impolite with me. Want it out of your sight, just dispose of it, or you could give it to me. Leave. Do not step into my laboratory without my permission ever again. Why are you so offended? The leader and you have such different temperaments. Well, it's fine. You'll soon become as gentle as he is. Who knows, I might even miss your current personality. Goodbye, Quishar Shanag. Receptacle. She looks through her mask at the girl in the stone bed, who returns her gaze. There is still work to do, and her father will not allow any delays. This altar, this laboratory, and the bloodline she was born into together form a cage around her. In the face of the Confessari's calling for the past several millennia, her sorrow and suffering are insignificant. She does not control her own limbs, they are extensions of her father's will. She cannot stop or leave this altar fiddling with life and death, nor can she drop the soul engraving with white sword in her hand. Suddenly, a drop of water falls onto her busy hand. Who is the one shedding tears here, her, or the figure on the bed who should be completely unconscious? Quishar Shanag. Distracted, she lifts her head and sees a blue foul beast fly out of the cave and into the dusk outside. Cracks appear on the cage. A consciousness that should not exist, yearning for freedom it could not possibly have. For this, hope is born. A Confessarius and a pure white receptacle, Quishar Shanag and Liz. Shining and Nightingale. I like how they have like the traditional Sarkaz names, like Quishar Shanag. But then she just names Nightingale Liz. Their names are too hard to say. You don't speak ancient Sarkaz? That's it's kind of sad, really. I'm hearing a din of discontent. I just can't speak English, apparently. Do not worry, leader. Only a few enemies have broken into this place. They want to destroy the altar and stop the ceremony. Annoying pests. Send someone to clean them up. Surely I need not sully my hands with such trifles. Of course not. We shall eradicate all obstacles in your stead. The Confessarius leader looks at the girl dressed in white. She's so deep in sleep on the stone bed that she almost looks like she's not breathing. The receptacle's oranginium arts are stable. Their ceremony will soon be complete. We're only a step away from Amnannam before Amnannam will open a path for you to the myriad souls. You will surpass the King of Sarkaz, supersede the myriad souls, and become the father of all Sarkaz. Without journeys spanning thousands of years, this is how things should be. Before that, I will have to reunite with my kin to witness it together. Right on time, sister. I have been waiting for you.
More Confessarius guards incoming. Marilla, let's part ways here. I can't guarantee I'll be able to keep you and your companions safe in our next fight. The road should be safer once you leave this place. If you're willing to do so, you can continue heading east all the way out of Victoria.
Your Highness, I'll never forget your kindness, no matter where I end up.
But what are you guys planning to do?
This blade of mine is still usable if you need it.
Don't worry. We have our own mission, and we're set on it. Please, take care of yourselves, and then, I hope you can live the life you want to live.
Your Highness. Marla takes a step forward and kneels on one knee before Amia. The other two follow suit, all three faces bearing a rare, solemn look.
You've gained the undying loyalty of,
3 Sarkaz.
Please, you don't have to do this.
The mercenaries hesitate for a bit before turning to leave, fading from your view. Good luck to them.
We have little time left. The Confessarius altar is close. Logos helped us dispel the Confessarius illusions, and I can feel an unsettling energy disturbance here.
So are we going in loud? Any secret passages to the altar or something similar? Are we going in loud?
Time isn't going to let us slowly figure a surefire solution. We can't overlook the risks, but it's also important to take rational risks in our war strategies. Fortunately, the Sarkaz have done as much, and sent all their troops to the front lines, so we need only deal with the Confessarius' men.
Teresa's must trust Quisar Tustaj a lot. Why are the Confessarius in charge of the Amnannam Advent ceremony?
The Confessari play many roles in Kazdul. They are the king's advisors, bodyguards, shamans, and scholars. They travel between the royal courts and have always been dedicated to exploring Sarkaz history. and researching the power of their blood. Theresis already planned to use the shard to control Amnannam before invading Londinium, and the Confessari definitely helped him out. Cuisar Tustaj's plan to usurp the king is also closely tied to Amnannam.
What does Amnannam have to do with the king?
Cuisar Tustaj wants more than just the crown. He too once possessed the king's power thousands of years ago. He did not manage to get the full picture, but he definitely sensed the king's power to influence others. Control. The more you experience absolute power, the harder it is to resist temptation. Be it Teresa or Amia, Cuisar Tustaj has been watching every single king and their successors in secret for a long, long time. His obsession with power compels him to extend his life by maniacal means, without hesitation, just to seize control of that power once more. There is only one thing that can let him achieve his goal. Oranginium. Yes. Though, through Oranginium, Cuisar Tustaj will be able to control the Sarkaz more than the king ever could. Shining and Nightingale are also his victims. They never stopped resisting their fate, especially at such a critical moment as now.
We have to stop Amnannam and its uncontrollable effects. We have to stop the Confessari from harming Rhodes Island operators. Well, probably, Amnannam's kind of more important. We'll go with that. It's time to move.
Monster, hold off our enemies. Amia, destroy the altar.
Dr. Coutzit, I'm sensing something's up. I can't quite control the king's power. That altar's influencing.
I've told you before. We've been researching the crown for thousands of years, but you... How long has it been since you learned how to use it? I've welcomed you all to bear witness to this grand ceremony. Cuisar Tustaj.
Everyone is waiting for you. The Confessari's leader smiles as usual, spreading his arms wide open as if welcoming his own child back after a long time away from home. Dozens of Confessari stand on both sides of the mountain path in silence, their eyes behind their masks hold fervent deference, completely ignoring the blood-drenched Shining as she walks up the steps with her sword in hand.
I'm here to kill you.
I know. How could I not know that? Many years ago, Mother showed up before Father, before me, just like you have now. She always knew her own duty, and never thought to disobey me. But as you slowly grew, she developed a hatred to our family. The love I gave her and the Confessarius' calling. I don't blame her at all, nor do I blame you. You are the same, merely made a tiny, unforgivable mistake. I will always accept your returning to my side.
You are a monster. Who are you to speak of love?
Love and hate, life and death, they are fundamentally part of the same whole. Generations of Confessari have passed their souls down to the same rites. This is my way of loving my family. Souls in death are purified in rebirth. Through death after death. We close in on the original, the purest and perfect being.
There is not a shred of that worthy to be perfect. Cuisar Tustaj, your true self died thousands of years ago. The Whitehorn King of Sarkaz who defeated countless enemies, the legendary hero who built an everlasting castle under the day and night, is long dead. What stands before me now is but a despicable man who lives in the shadows.
A coward who sacrificed the lives of innumerable innocents to prolong his own. Who is it that tarnishes the soul of that original hero? It's you, king of usurping kings. You got so twisted seeking longevity, you're no longer worthy of that crown.
Perhaps. Quisar Shanag, sister. I, who was born with all my memories intact, know better than you the history Quisar Shutaj bears with his life. The Confessarius leader takes a step down. He calmly looks at Shining and holds her hand, trembling in rage. I know all too well the blood that is on my hands, as I remember all the love I have received. It was you who picked me up from the blood into your trembling arms when Mother died. We are a true family, sharing the closest of blood, sharing the closest of relationships. The nature of my soul may change, but the fact remains the same.
How could you talk about that like so? Who was it that killed my brother? Who was it that turned him from a child who should have received his mother's love into a non-existence from the very beginning?
It was me. For millennia, Quisar Tutaj has died time and time again from betrayal from his closest kin. You may see this as punishment if you wish it so. However, what does that matter? You call me unworthy of that crown, but who else but me could possibly lead the Sarkaz on a path to our survival? Quilon brought our people on a wandering path of no return. Inyalish's retreats into hiding would only make us weak. Even that pair of siblings, all they did was push Sarkaz into futile conflict and let the crown slip out into outblood hands. The Sarkaz need a true king, an eternal king. I will reach our starting point, and together with the sins of Quishar Tutaj and his blood, purge all of the Sarkaz's sins. Sin. The word intensifies the ire in Shining. Her father and brother were both possessed by this undying monster, while she and her mother lived under the madness of his shadow. To let him live, to kill him, both are afflicted with the curse. She has no path to go. She has nowhere to retreat. But there is no way she can stay here as is. You made your move. Very good, Quishar Shanag.
I'll kill you, and then...
Kill yourself? Is this what you call severing the bloodline's curse? The same stupidity I see. Quishar Shanag grips Shining sword with hand. Blood trickles down with the pure white blades and stains her hand. A shudder rises from the depths of her soul. An overwhelming force flings Shining onto a crystal tree, the sharp black branches piercing through her abdomen. Fresh blood gushes down and converges with Quishar Tutaj's blood. The ancient tree, long crystallized into oranginium, bursts, a sudden pure white glow. In just a moment, countless little moons rise to the top of the tree. Every Confessarius begins to sing. The myriad souls lie prostrate. Howling knocks on the doors from beneath. Tangible usurps the intangible. The black crown imprisoned, the offender perpetually innocent, because kings are born before immortality. Look, even injuries as grievous as this will not infect you. This is the power of the blood you resist. Quisar Shanag, I have been patient enough with you. But you stay stubborn, unwilling to accept all that belongs to you, your duty, power, glory. Does he mean she's immune to auropathy? It's alright. Just be good and stay aside while I complete the ceremony myself. A crown woven of thorns appears in his hand. Moonlight shines onto the crown as it illuminates the crystal tree at the end of the steps. In that spot lies a stone bed lined with dead branches and a krilled figure, shining nose too well atop it.
Liz, wake up.
Don't bother. Her consciousness is not where you think it to be.
She's inside the crown.
Correct. I promised you that I would mend her soul. You need only wear the complete crown, and you can be together forever.
Together forever in your cage.
Shining shuts her eyes. She strains to imagine the time she spent together with Liz. They run in the woods, hand in hand. They cross the ice-cold creek together. With Liz worn out on her back, she walks the road home. Liz makes a small flower wreath and places it on Shining's head. A small blue fowl beast follows them the whole time, chirping a cheery tune over their heads. It hovers, searches, and lands next to the sleeping white demon. It does not know why Liz is sleeping, and anxiously pecks at her cheek with its little beak, until a black arrow pierces it. The foul beast vanishes, leaving only a blue feather that lands on Shining's shoulder. Enough. You know very well those are not her dreams.
Even if those memories were fabricated.
They are fabricated, so why not accept your own power and reshape her memory once more?
Liz is Liz. She should be free. I'll never shape her soul as I please ever again.
Wishful thinking, Quishar Shanag, my fragile child indulging in fantasy. You are that blue fell beast thirsting for freedom yet imprisoning yourself. I prepared everything for you, a perfect body, an ancient power. All you needed is to accept. But you betrayed me. You abandoned everything that belongs to you, and then, what did you gain? You sorely disappoint me.
A new life. I was reborn into a new life after leaving you. Not as the Confessarius Quishar Shanag, nor a puppet of my bloodline, but as Shining. As a member of the followers.
Blue feathers prick her wounds. The slightest of stings momentarily rouses her from her bloodline-induced paralysis.
Come. Now is the time. Find me. Find this tree. If it were you, you would certainly make it.
The heck? An opening pierces through the crimson clouds. The sunlight pours down. Everything around her becomes increasingly bright. That was a fancy animation they had there. It doesn't matter what it is, just hold it back. The ceremony has already begun. We can't let it... we can't stop it. Ain't no way. Light and fog fills the air. The sun descends from the sky to repel the clammy moonlight. Neural's here? Damn, she's so cool. Full speed ahead.
Sorry, the storm was too intense. So I took some time to locate you. Are you alright? Do you need a hand, Shining? I'm fine. But we have to save Liz. And stop Quishar Shitaj. Lend me your strength. And dispel the darkness before my eyes. Of course. Let's go together. The road ahead of us. I'll illuminate our path.
Sick. Thought she was busy with Kazimierz. By this point in time, the Near Light storyline's already finished. So now she's just doing whatever, I guess, in Kazimierz. But nothing important, obviously. Nothing more important than her friends.
The use of force. Death has its own resting place.
Oh, they're here too? Wow.
When were the seeds of this tragedy planted?
The moment you break the law, your back's against the wall.
I didn't see the staircase at first. I was like, where is, like, this is a dead end? But no, there's a staircase there.
Let's begin. Your life is mine to protect.
Awaiting only your orders.
I didn't realize there was training skill looked like that. That's cool.
Let's begin.
Awaiting only your orders. Awaiting only.
I guess this is-
Bow to me.
A lot of explodey guys.
I've had luck. You ran into me.
A lot of explodey guys.
Please, trust in me.
Charning's dead.
What do you wish time and Dublin?
I pass on your last words? No. Need speed to succeed.
Also, is that the light from the Sigh of Kings, like just coming through the map real quick? It didn't seem to do anything, but
Yes, may the light imbue you.
I wonder what. Yeah, I thought that would maybe help kill the things, but I don't think it did anything. So how are you supposed to kill all those spiders without someone like Reed? That was a lot of spiders. Oh, hey, a flashback.
Here you are. Nerl. You don't return to the landship often. Stay with Liz a bit, she's missed you. She just fell asleep. While you were more exhausted than While you seemed more exhausted when I last saw you. Are you worried about Liz? I asked Dr. Councet, and she said Liz's condition is under control. Is there something you haven't told me?
I mean, even if you stop taking damage, killing all those guys, they only all blew up because of Reed.
I'm thinking of a way to cure Liz for good. You've poured years into this. It just won't come quickly, so don't torture yourself over it. What if I told you a solution has always existed, only I've dared not try it? Shining. What exactly are you hiding from me? What is it you can't say? Neural. This is a duty that I must see through on my own. Do you think Liz and I will leave you? You know that won't happen. My concerns have always been that you two might get hurt. I've decided to join Liz in searching for her memories. I shall accompany her until we find the truth together, or however. Neural, a time will come when I need you to protect Liz in my stead. I know, but I will protect and fight for more than just Liz. Shining, I will stand for you as well. Yes, we have always stood by each other. The followers are as one. My oath remains unchanged. Margaret Neural and her sword staff will be there for you, whenever you're needed.
The sword staff sweeps wide. A dazzling radiance repels a crowd of...
We saved quite a lot of money for Rhodes Island. Our greatest foe lies ahead. All right. Let's settle this quickly.
What a farce.
Careful. Huh. I can take it. Shining, my shield will protect you. You need only advance.
A torrent of witchcraft rushes toward them. Margaret's radiance is suppressed. Cuisar Chisage stands on top of the steps, day and night surging within his palm. So this is the help you found, Cuisar Shanag. What do you think our ceremonial altar is? A meadow for a Karanta to frolic in? Dude, she ain't just a Karanta. Huh. So her arts can momentarily block my influence on you. And what of it? Your swordplay and arts all come from me. You can't even harm me unless I let you.
Everything slowed down. His arts affected the perception of time. Or is it something else? Shining. I'm all right. Your shield. The first crack on this new shield of mine. But no matter, I can mend it with my arts. A knight's shield will never weaken when protecting someone in need.
Her arts can heal inorganic material as well? What a detestable light. Puny foul. I've killed so many Pegasi like you, I've stopped counting. I smeared their golden blood on the walls of my castle, so that my city would look as if forever bathed in the radiance of dawn. And their descendants would understand Kazdal is not a domain they can invade as they please.
We're not in Kazdal, and you're not some homeland hero either. Heroes shed their own blood to clear the way for others. But you, all I see is your path to ascension drenched with the blood and tears and bones of others.
Heroes. I decided long ago to give up on being one. The hero people sing and praise, but is a fleeting as sand. No matter how I try to master the time I have, it does not stop for me. I will die and the city I built will collapse. My beloved people will only be compelled to continue wandering. This hopeless cycle torments every single Sarkaz, including me. As a sovereign, I have the responsibility and power, and ought to change my people's fate at the source. As long as the Sarkaz need no longer lie prostrate before beasts like you. As long as my Kazdal stands everlasting through days and nights. All the light around them rushes toward Quisarge Distage's palm as he speaks. Margaret's arts, the arts of the other Confessari, and even the little sunlight straining through the dense clouds. In his palm floats a small crown of thorns, as impenetrable as the darkest night. Nightingale floats up from the stone bed. Her eyes are still shut, her limbs lack strength, but her arms involuntarily open. When the last light has been caged, the crown will fall on Quisarge Distage's head.
Liz. Shining, follow my light and save her.
A sharp spear of light tears a path through the witchcraft barrier. Shining arrives before Quisarge Distage. Night descends like a cage, and only light comes from her blade. The soul glimmers on the tip of her sword.
Liz. I return the true memories I once took from you.
No fields, no woods, no streams, and no flower wreaths. Only a girl huddled in a dark corner. The entire room serves as her cage, and she cannot tell day from night, because she is merely a manufactured empty shell. With no consciousness or knowledge of pain or fear, she reacts to no arts inflicted on her at all, until...
In my obsession with exploring the soul, I left some unnecessary vestiges in you when carving yours. You're awake. You're starting to have emotions and responding to them. The experiment will continue. I have to...
Create some illusions, fill up that newborn soul with memories fabricated by arts. To cover up the truest, scariest ones.
I think you should feel a little better at least. You will feel truly alive, as if you've experienced a bit of warmth.
No, perhaps it was escapism. As long as I lost myself in those holy trusting eyes, I didn't have to confront the cruelty of what I've done to her.
I'm sorry. You should have remembered, Liz. You must remember all that we promised each other.
A blue foul beast emerges from the darkness. Gigantic gray-white eyes stare at Shining, and a tear slowly falls. The girl in the air floats down. Shining and Margaret hear Nightingale's voice simultaneously in the frozen time.
I remember, Shining. You took me out of the darkest of rooms and we escaped. You accompanied me everywhere in search of medical help. And then we met Neural, and 2 became 3. We went many places and saved many people. You often sighed with knitted brows in the middle of the night, but once I opened my eyes, you shifted to the warmest tone I know and told me about the beautiful things I missed on our journey. Neural tried to teach me how to dance a few times. She'd hold me and spin until I couldn't move anymore, and the 2 of you would help me, taking current turns carrying me. When I'm at your side, it's as if I really can fly. The 2 of you have made me what I am now. I am a member of the Followers and a healer. I will protect you both too, and fight alongside as well, to sever the greatest sins, to save those shrouded in the eternal night. This is what the 3 of us promised each other.
A lot of cool art this episode. Nightingale lands on the ground. Her staff and body emit an intense light. A giant cage appears and catches Cuisar Susage's body within. Ugh. The soul was completely under my control. Why is this cage?
I have a name. I am Liz, and I am your enemy. Cuisar Susage, I'm stopping you because I don't agree with a single word you've said. You. Shining, Neural.
Shining grips her sword tight. Margaret tosses her sword staff, and it hits right on target, the crown of thorns revolving in Cuisar Susage's hand. The trio are in complete sync with their thoughts and actions. Grab the flickering sliver of the soul before day and night take control once more. A long path of blood is the only crack before her eyes.
I found it, the essence of your soul.
Cuisar Shanag, you.
What this body will become, I am unconcerned. If blood does not control my will, then Liz and Neural will pass judgment on me. In my stead as I am now. But I will not be your puppet. I will not conquer or rule in your name. Until death, I will be free.
Free? You speak of freedom? Shall we give it a go? Cuisar Shanag, we are not easily parted. Try again to leave my side. Try and see how long you can run from me.
I will run no longer. Rather, I will grant you an eternal death.
Shining, retreat! The moonlight above the tree tumbles down the cliff, and the ground violently rumbles as if about to turn upside down. The altar crumbles and thick golden orange-neon liquid gushes out from the cracks. A figure appears without anyone noticing. He does not move fast, but he manages to appear just in time to block Cuisar Susage's from the followers. This guy, what? Khalid Choa.
You should leave, Your Highness.
Huh, so it's you.
Who's there?
Followers, is it? In this era where valor is scarce, your radiance bedazzles. We shall meet again.
Khalid Choa and Cuisar Susage's figures blend into the remains of the altar. The other confessari follow suit. The crown of thorns shot out of Cuisar Susage's hands earlier suddenly spins and turns into a pitch black shadow that flies up toward the sky.
The shard. In the eyes of the storm, is that the Amnannam mentioned over the comms? Dr. Calcid and the doctor and the others, will they make it? Shining, you, feel any off? I'm alright. This blood curse is indeed complicated. Wait, Liz. No. Your soul. Why is it incomplete? Did you fracture your soul when you resisted Quishar Shutage? Shining. Neural. I'm here. I've always been here, Liz. Yes. I'm alright. You two have protected me for so long. So now it's my turn. I want the three of us to always be
together.
Liz, come, Shining. We'll retreat her, or we'll treat her together. Shining. It's futile. Our arts can't heal such a grievous wound on her soul in this environment. Liz is unique. Both her body and soul. Her birth was coincidental. No, I'd call it a miracle. Then we've... Well, we'll first leave this place and then plan our next move. What about Quissar Shutage? Do we just let him go?
Neuro's voice is kind of all over the place.
His fate means nothing compared to Liz's safety. He means nothing now. Let us return. Yes, together. Leader.
Furious roaring.
Quissar Shutage failed to cage the Black Crown. The altar's power has weakened. I can work through its influence now. The altar's upper layer is breaking apart. Amia, focus your attacks on the blood of Tikaz. Right. Yes. You, King of Sarkaz, has already sentenced me to death. But this is nothing new to me. You're clearly in pain. You revere Quissar Shutage, but he left you behind like nothing. He treats you just like how you treat those chimeras. Exactly the same. Don't waste your breath, King of Sarkaz. My feelings are nothing special. The Confessari are all of the leader's blood. Though some are born more perfect than others, like Quissar Shanag, still others like myself were never in the running to be chosen at all. But I've never envied her. We only stand in the spot befitting us best. We were supposed to be inseparable. We are all limbs of the same one body. There is no other group able to perform unprecedented miracles like we Confessari can.
You sure are dedicated.
I am curious. Is there nothing you're strongly attached to? Doctor, would you not make the same choice as I have for your life's work, for those dear to you, and the ones who have fought by your side all this time? Whether it be under some control or influence, it does not matter. To reach our origin and create a completely new future. That's all I want. I can't let you choose to be the, or I can't let you get close to the blood of Tikaz. Oh.
A black line pierces through Salus's body once again and strikes the altar's core at the same time. The blood of Tikaz stills.
I'm so close. Amia, stop her. She's going to ignite. Oh. It's fine. My body's just like a monster's. She stretches out her broken hand towards the drop of blood, a curse known only to the Confessari inflicted upon the soul, upon all blood and flesh. It will probably be a complete death this time. Before the leader, before Quasar Shanag, and before all my family. I'll take the first step into the future I yearn for. Celis smiles and throws herself onto the still heart. The blood of Tikaz boils. A giant crimson vortex appears from the altar's core. In that moment, Amia feels as if she's being watched by Quasar Tustaj, by the crowned without names, by the howling myriad souls, and by the one she is most familiar with. Teresa! Amnannam. Celis used her own blood to complete the Confessaria's ceremony. Quick, get away from the altar.
Doctor, you're right. Words that shake one's soul always come from within the storm.
Interlude time. Descent from the origin. An ancient wound reopens. Alright, just saw the bitrate go red for a second. But we're still here. It also jumped like way higher than my max setting, which is wild. Oh, hey, it's the Londonian workers. They're here now. Is this how you do it, right? Aim at the enemy and then... Whoa! Bloody hell. Relax, Tommy. It's not much different from the machines you worked day after day, and that both can make a mess out of you in an instant. Just remember to keep the safety engaged when you're not using it. Yeah, where did that white-haired feline get all this stuff with things the way they are now? Look at that. Catherine. I'm fine. Chronic stuff. Look at the dust on these weapons. They're brand new, but they've been in storage for a while. This is standard issue military stuff, more like custom weapons for special operations, and they weren't made by Londonian factories. Looks like Milscar is more than just your average gangster. You mean she's an informant for somebody big, so she's willing to trade weapons with us because... Don't expect to play an important role in their games. This stuff were probably meant for something else, and she came to us only after that fell through.
Or maybe Milskar raided some Duke's secret arsenal in Londinium and selflessly decided to share it with people in need, who knows. What she's after, it doesn't matter to us. We're just taking things one step at a time. We've sent a few scouts out since the sky turned red. For some reason, all the Sarkaz soldiers seem to have pulled out of Highbury. That doesn't mean we're safe, quite the contrary. It means that the Sarkaz don't care about managing the city anymore. Factories, production lines, none of these matter to them anymore. I had a look at that Magna Borough yesterday. It's been turned into a huge art circle. Hundreds, if not thousands, are trapped in their strange witchcraft, fueling the Sarkaz altars. At this rate, it won't be long before it's our turn. What are you planning? Should we get to that thing we've been building out here and... Don't be silly. Just because you get some decent gear doesn't mean you suddenly become a commando. We have a few decent weapons. They'll allow us to defend ourselves if the Sarkaz come for us, no more than that. We must wait for an opportunity. When do you think that opportunity is going to come, though? Oh, who are you? How did you find this place? I've seen your clothes. You went to all that effort to sneak into Londinium at a time like this, even investigating our background. What do you need with a few old workers now? Reunion. Oh snap. Not who I expected at all, actually. The 13th ventilation tunnel's running. There are marks on the 54th ropeway. I suggest you double check. If we can find it, so can the Sarkaz. Oh, my name's Nine, by the way, and yes, I'm with Reunion. Thanks for the heads up. Did you come all this way beneath Londinium just to tell us this? We want to know how long you plan to wait. We have folks who used to work in Seaton Borough. They say the workers of Londinium were always proud that they built this great city. But has it ever truly belonged to you, past or present? Madam Catherine, your condition... I've heard the stories. I'll give you credit where it's due, but spare me that crap about the non-infected taking everything from you. I'm not interested. What are a few rocks here and there in today's Londinium? We have a lot more to worry about. True. Infected or uninfected, none of that matters in Londinium now. So are you planning to take back the city? From all who stood idly by while all this happened, from the people who allowed things to get to this point. What did you say? Londinium is filled with oranginium dust. Many will become sick and die because of it. The culprit will be made to pay, whoever they are, whether they have rocks growing out of them or not. The Reunion can't wait at the finish line, not anymore. You're... Oh hey Tommy, remember me? Mayor, I thought you got sick and... Oh, so that's how you ended up with Reunion. Well, I'm back here. Oropathy prevention pills. Take one per day. There's only so much I can do though, so you better pray that your luck's good. You guys, to tell you the truth, your look when you left the factory, I thought you'd have loved nothing more than for all of us to become infected like you. Maybe I really did, but it wasn't you who lost me my job. It wasn't Catherine either. I know you lot tried to put in a good word for me, but those were the rules. Maybe not anymore though. There's a lot we can help with. Using and maintaining equipment, operating high oranginium environments, tactics, covert operations, anything you need. We'll help you liberate this place, if you let us, from the people who saw all this as nothing more than the price of business. We'll take back the city with or without you, Nine of Reunion. But we look forward to working with you. Not where I thought the Reunion story was gonna go. Hey Fennel.
Mother.
My child,
Have you come to see me off?
you're badly hurt, my child.
I lost. I did all I could, but I still lost. But I have no regrets about the path I chose, nor doubts about the ideals I believed in. But I'm sorry I will let you down.
And why is that? You have defeated so many powerful foes. How long has it been since the court of the Banshees had a warrior and sovereign so strong and so steadfast? The court is proud of you, and so am I, even if you rejected the traditions of the royal court.
Thank you. I ask one last thing, please. Sing an elegy for me. Mother.
Not so fast, my lazy boy. It's not bedtime yet.
But I'm...
Rising sign, Eiffenel.
Up yet, sleepyhead? Mother? Good, you still recognize my voice. Mother? Is she remote controlling this robot? How about a kiss for your dear mother on the cheek? It's been so long after all. I don't think. This strange contraption. Were you always by my side? Me? Of course not. A mother should let her son roam free once he is all grown up. Just a little token of love to record important moments in your life for me. I will say I was a little surprised it recorded not just your performance in battle, but you putting this outfit on. I know Her Highness Teresa liked it this way, but never mind, as long as you like it. You're bothered by what I'm wearing. When this device of yours, isn't it adorable? A Banshee should value her words rather than to waste them on disputing the aesthetics of a gadget. How could you say that? Think of all the love that your mother and sisters put into it. Is this how you repay our affection? Did it just ram him? Thank your mother. Go, your friends are waiting. I am so proud of you. So I guess PhonoR counts as another parent Arknights operator. parent operator. Intimidating roar.
It's a dead end. A sheer cliff ahead. Wait, from the shard. What's that?
We're too late. The last vestige of TCAS fades away, but it had gotten an answer, a recognition, a response. Oh snap. The sensation was subtle at first, but the clouds no longer converged upon the pinnacle of the shard, replaced by something else. The branches and vines began to bear red fruit. It is a bizarre scene, but somehow it inspires comfort rather than fear, as though this is how it should be, how it has always been. The world seems to have always been like this. All that has happened is that someone had removed the back cover of a clock by accident, revealing the springs and gears underneath. Oranginium is an integral part of Terra's ecology. Oranginium in the atmosphere bring about catastrophe, and oranginium in the body causes sickness. Even insects know to cover themselves in hard shells of oranginium. The coexistence of oranginium and Terra is an immutable law, just like how two parallel lines can never intersect. But where did Oranginium come from? Has Amnannam descended after all?
The Confessori's control over Amnannam exceeds our expectations. We're one step too late.
Can the Sigh of Kings still fight it?
No. Amnannam brings more than catastrophe, and it's far more than a weapon. It's not just the origin of the Sarkaz. In fact, one could say it's the origin of everything in Terra. This may be the greatest crisis we've ever seen. Maybe the greatest crisis Terra has ever seen.
The origin of everything. But not everything. Because the Demazi were still there. Right? And the T-Kaz, whatever touched the Oranginium, was there. Can we stop it?
The Lifebone. W is there. We can seek the Pheromone's help. Let me try to get in touch with W. No, I'm not getting through.
Hello? Hello? Finally. Bunny, where? Almost. Manfred, Hoderer has the agreed upon time.
W, they're alive. But the interference is too strong.
That was a cute little blush smile from her. Try to take off, W. Where? How did... Find where the biggest commotion is. That's where we are. You can't miss it. It's the apocalypse. It's right there.
Lost contact. What did you mean by commotion, Doctor?
Oranginium is everywhere here, and what catches W's attention like nothing else? Explosions? Is that what we're gonna do?
Unreasonably risky, but worth a try.
"12 hours ago. 58 hours into the operation. Sir, we've taken control of the Lifebone central area. Examine the skeleton and eliminate any resistance. Tell Nadine to clean up the remaining mercenaries outside. Leave no survivors. Set up the fences around the skeleton and ring it with explosives." Do you mean to? Yes, sir. You know, what if Paprika walks in and like beats up Manfred? Wouldn't that be funny? The blood reaches Manfred's feet. He takes one glance at the body on the ground, then turns and leaves the room. What do we do with the enemy mercenaries we captured in the Lifebone, sir? Is this all of them? Yes, sir. Many of them previously served the military commission. Kill them all. Yes, sir. Show yourself. Now whack them with your stick.
General Manfred.
Paprika, was I supposed to see you here?
I was captured by the mercenaries here while transporting a shipment. I had protected my squad.
That doesn't explain why you didn't respond when the military commission attacked this skeleton. And what you were doing hiding here.
I was just afraid.
Afraid. Your previous mission is over, Paprika. Your new mission is to execute these traitors of the military commission.
But they're prisoners, defenseless.
As warriors, they're traitors to their cause. As mercenaries, they're unilaterally broken their contract. One way or the other, they must pay the price.
But they're in no position to resist anymore. They're no threat to you. What meaning is there to all this killing? Didn't you say yourself that you wanted as many Sarkas to go home as possible?
I gave you a chance, Paprika. I've been very patient. You're not the first one to disappoint me today. General, the engineers have examined the lifeboat. The structure is largely intact, and the mercenaries don't have the means to make direct modifications. However, we found a large amount of explosives that were not sent by us. Explosives. Unable to reach Lieutenant General Nadine, sir.
What? That hard-headed Hodor came in useful once in a while. You really did lead an attack squad, Manfred. Is this our first formal meeting? I guess I should introduce myself. I'm from Babel, and I'm here to take your life. You can call me W.
A mercenary from Hodor's squad. You came back to die?
Die? Pfft. Have you thought for a moment that why your attack have gone a little too smoothly? Where did you think all the mercenaries went? Who's surrounded now?
You think this rabble can stand against the soldiers of the military commission?
I hope your bones are as hard as your words. Because I'll blow your head off before your soldiers can even knock on the door.
Huh. Manfred begins to swing, but shadows entangle his feet, then bombs explode all around him before he can break free.
Aim, W. Stop complaining. I told you I'm good at controlling explosions.
Ugh. You're trying to destroy the skeleton.
Oh, is that not very convenient? I'm not sentimental like Hodor is. I have absolutely no problem making this big pile of bones your grave. I wonder what Teresis would be sadder about losing. This big guy or his favorite foster son?
You think I'd let you do that? Oh snap, they switched to E2R.
Not a moment too soon. Ascalon, you look...
The bloodied assassin stops the foe's sword, but the slightest hint of wavering in her sleeve blade. You.
You're not ready to kill me. Cut off this guy's golden head, Ascalon, and I'll listen to anything you say for a whole year.
I've asked you this question before, Ascalon. What do you believe in?
I believe that our differences end here and now. And this time, there will be no mistake.
"70 hours into the operation.
Won't even let me have a breather. Crane, where are you guys? You're supposed to be guarding the top of the spine. Why did the troops keep dropping down? Oh, Crane's dead. Damn it, Manfred. I think I have a concussion. Ascalon. She's outside. Looks like we're bringing a whole bunch of dead bodies with us. Great.
Rest in peace, Crane.
W, am I seeing this right? Is this nerve bundle glowing? Did the doctor's team make it?
W. Try takeoff. Biggest commotion.
They're trying to reach us. Ines, is Hodor still breathing?
Weak breathing.
The bleeding stopped at least. Then wake him up and get him to put this Fairmont friend to work. You're asking too much. Fine, maybe Hodor needs to lie down a little longer. Well, this guy has been lying down long enough. Bonesy, wake up. How did you like this alarm clock? W, you lunatic. Hodor is wounded.
Explosions echo in the chamber, followed by a rumbling, muddled voice. Whoa. Oh, it's you. The Sark has a historian. What happened to your face? Did your great adventure not go well?
Oh, shut up. Get us out of here if you don't want your last bones blown to smithereens. And shake these royal court fleas off of you if you can.
Oh, I forgot. My body's still here. The fleas part is a little too much to ask. You'll all look the same size to me. I suppose we should go. The voice sighs, stirring up a turbulence in the fabric of time and space.
This round is mine. I have no intention of gloating. It took too much time, and you've never been so weak before. The previous battle had taken its toll on you, and this type of operation is not your forte. We've both missed our opportunities. A new Khazdo is complete. You know that, Azkalan. You know that you are fighting against your own future. Future, you say? You say I never saw clearly with what our sovereign was thinking, but I understand now. Someone will complete the work that she left unfinished. Amia, Calcit. I will remove all obstacles that stand in their way.
How blind and stubborn. Why do you not understand that this was Lady Teresa's wish too?
Enough. We're enemies, no more, no less. We've long passed the point of no return.
The lifebone is activating. How could...
You failed. You can't stop us anymore.
This skeleton will be destroyed. No one can threaten the future that His Highness will bring to Khazdo, even if neither of us will live to see it. Manfred throws down his sword and takes out the detonation switch. He places his finger on it. Hesitation. Why? He has seen death in the eyes many times before. Restart. He has seen death in the eye. He has seen death in the eye many times. He does not fear it. Why should he hesitate? But the lifebone. How many people could it guide home? Azkalan throws herself at Manfred in his moment of hesitation. The two of them fall into the turbulence together. Well. Right here, where the moment's energies are most focused. You think Manfred will be like the only royal court guy still standing? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. I guess it really depends if Ascalon fails to kill him here, then I think I would agree that he probably will survive the whole thing.
This will cause an extreme, uncontrolled oranginium chain reaction. Get ready, Doctor.
Here goes nothing.
Ready.
The black arts penetrates the mountainous oranginium.
The collapse has begun.
Run. You grab Monster's claw, an action that has become second nature. Monster screeches joyfully and begins to run. Good monster. Behind you is a terrifying roar of destructive energy running rampant. The violent chain reaction causes everything around you to tremble. The legions of Noxahirs follow the trembling.
The Sudaram are chasing us.
Don't fight them. Don't let them bog you down. Warriors wrapped in tattered banners swarm upon you. Many of them are swallowed by the oranginium chain reaction, but even more join the ranks of your pursuers. Unhappy whining. Sudaram entangled monster. You hear their hollow breathing echo in your ear. The Noxahir warriors are trying to drag all of you into the pit of death. Shadows of conflict yield to conflict. Logos! Trust your lead operators, Doctor. They'll show up when you need them most. Now, I've always trusted you. Don't let your guard down. I sense turmoil in the fabric of reality. The Farinmut is coming. I will attempt to create a waypoint to help us board the skeleton. What should I do? Jump down from the cliff. Oh, right? I'm beginning to regret what I just said. Time is of the essence. Dr. Amia, Dr. counts it. Now. Jump.
Drive the Farinmut. I'll take over the Royal Court soldiers. Or take care of, even.
Am I driving? Okay, Bonesy, go to where the biggest commotion is. There is no response. The muddled voice says nothing. Perhaps it just cannot be bothered.
It's not gonna send it inside some barrel of some super gun, is it?
The intangible tide fades.
It really sent us right down in the middle of an explosion. I think I'm beginning to enjoy this.
Threads of silver-white incantation snag the drifting Farinmut, and several figures fall into the room.
Bunny, Banshee, you made it.
We made it.
Not bad, you actually made it out of the Confessori's evil ritual alive.
What's the situation?
Bonesy is fine, as you can see. Hodaware took a hit from Manfred's sword, but he's still breathing. As for the others...
I don't see Ascalon anywhere.
We found no trace of Ascalon or Manfred on the skeleton. She got tangled with Manfred and didn't make it in time when the skeleton took off.
Ascalon's ability is beyond question. You can trust her as you trust me.
Crying won't change anything. We have stuff to do. What's the next step?
We've already drawn too much attention. We need to drift now.
I wonder if they didn't get, so they didn't, it did say they fell into the turbulence. I wonder if they just are back where it took off from, or if Ascalon and Manfred are now like hurtling through time and space like Ducariel. Oh, hey, we've got a new map environment. What is this place? Presumably the airship. High altitude interception. The skeleton emerges from the fabric of reality. Everything hangs in the balance. The Sarkaz with short white hair, that's kind of pink if you're being honest, is again alone in the shard. This is not quite the front, but the sounds of war pass through valley and walls, through crystalline storms and blood-drenched fields and into his ears. Oranginium guns bring a rain of death, and the military casters recite incantations. The tanks run over tides of crystals, swords clash and break against each other until they sink into mud. He has heard this din for centuries. It has never changed. But this time, he has brought it to the one-time oppressors. The Emperor of Ursus refused to meet our envoy. They continue to see Kazdal as an independent, hostile regime. No response yet from the envoy to Sargon. The Litania Kurfürst that we reached out to is receptive to further communication. The Dukes clearly intend to attack following the appearance of the Golden Light. Our lines are falling back. I would say I'm surprised Litania, but I guess it's just a Kurfürst of Litania that they reached out to, not like the Empress herself. Or I guess themselves at this point. They're both still there. The voice on the terminal continues to report the latest developments on each front to the orchestrator of the war. Those who refuse to yield stand upon the scales of war, tipping them from side to side. Teresa's back remains straight at all times. It has been a long time since he allowed himself the luxury of fatigue. but the past does not go away so easily. So it lives, be it lives taken or lives saved. He has never forgotten the burden upon his shoulders, especially as it grows increasingly heavy. Oh, Your Highness, news from the front. The Realm Blade of Victoria has been activated. They have suppressed Amnannam. We are under pressure. General Manfred was unable to retake the Lifebone.
Who controls the skeleton now? Where was it last spotted?
A mercenary squad. Confessorius reports say that the core members of Rhodes Island are on it.
Rhodes Island. Then that one must also be there. I can't believe he's fighting against me now after everything we've done.
Finally acknowledged us. He loves you. What a twist that would be. Lifebone's next course of action is uncertain. It represents a threat to both the airship and the shard.
It is of no concern. Trust in Teresa. If they dare approach the shard, my sword will render the judgment that I promised.
The sky of Londinium burns red. The ever-present dark clouds are no more. Supported by countless branches, the massive crystal looks like newly born fruit. All is ready. But now, and only now, he does not want to think about the future. The airship's long orbiting and searching is coming to an end. The massive structure of witchcraft once again passes over above the shard. He knows this will be the last time. Okay, so she's still on the airship. She hasn't actually left. She said she was leaving. Wait, what? Did she mean leave the room? Like... The Sarkaz with long white hair stands alone in the halls of the airship. She finally averts her gaze from the shard. She no longer sees the figure. Teresa casts her eyes towards the shadow of the airship, toward the land that she has seen so many times. Sorrow and despair continue to spread. Has anything changed from when she left Kasdal? A deep voice echoes around her. It is the master of the ship. Oh, yes, the airship. What was his voice?
I sense it, Teresa. The king continues to pursue us.
They've never given up so easily.
Ah.
The Revenant speaks no more. The airship accelerates one last time. Origin is close at hand. But an intangible wave strikes, space and time roiling around the airship.
They come.
The spark will burn for us until there's nothing left to burn. Let's see how far they can go. Is that really how you drive this pile of bones? Did Hoderer seriously convince Bonesy here to help us for real? You'll have to ask him. Ask him. He can barely speak right now. Then trust him. Huh. Hope he didn't mess up the steps. Say, now that we have Bonesy back, is it time to put Plan A into action? Fill this big guy with explosives and bomb the Shard and Teresa all the way back to Kasdal?
There's something more important right now. What's the status of Amnannam? Outside the windows, the storm has stopped, but the sky remains in ominous red. Amnannam floats directly above the Shard, like a gaping wound in the sky. The airship is headed toward the ancient ruins that should never have existed, toward the greatest secret of Terra. It's headed for Amnannam. Yeah, Teresa's never used it in battle. I'm glad we're calling that out. Like, the airship wasn't for battle at all.
There's only one explanation. Its mission is more important than that of a weapon.
Does he intend to ram that piece of oranginium with the airship? What's inside Amnannam?
She means that we need to deal with the airship before we kill Teresa's. Am I right, old hag?
Yes.
Then we'll take it down.
Who's flying the airship? Who would Teresa's trust with it? I mean, it's flying itself. Don't we know that already? It's a remnant, but I thought we learned that already. A remnant or revenant, rather.
Huh. I can feel it. Teresa's there, isn't she?
Yes.
We'll undoubtedly have to face her if we pursue the airship. We must be ready to... Ha! What were you about to say? We must be ready to kill her?
If necessary.
Clap, clap. I thought you two got along. Are you always weighing things like this, Councent? You would kill anyone for civilization and for this great land? Even Teresa? Huh. I'm not like you, though. I'll save her from the myriad souls and end it all. If you won't do it, I will. Just wait and see. There isn't gonna be another betrayal.
I mean, technically, she kind of betrayed us, question mark? Like, I don't know what... They brought her back to life, and then she's just like, yeah, I guess I'm okay with bringing upon the end of the world now. That's cool, I guess.
Doctor, I believe you're in the best position to keep a cool head here. Will you take command of the operation?
Leave it to me.
Talk is cheap. How do we take the airship? This pile of bones doesn't have nearly enough firepower.
We'll take it in the literal sense by transporting the entire airship with Lifebone.
Really? The airship looks about the same size as Bonesy here. Since when did you get so radical?
We don't have the luxury of playing safe. Worth a try. It's the only way. I'll cover for the skeleton against the airship's guns. Bring a skeleton into contact with the airship, and we have a chance.
I trust the doctor. I can help Logos.
If everyone agrees. Bring Lifebone just above the airship, W.
Ha! You think I'd be scared? Wake up, Bonesy. We're leaving. Hang on.
The illusion vanishes and the ripples cease. In the blink of an eye, they find themselves on top of...
Look out.
A devastating beam of witchcraft streaks across the sky, sending destructive energy through everything it touches.
The airship is reacting fast. It was ready for us.
Just as the beam is about to annihilate its target, Silvery incantations float up, pulling at the great wave of witchcraft. All art shall follow only the path I assign. The destructive energy is deflected, passing through the gaps in the Fahrenheit's skeleton, leaving behind only a deep scorch mark on bleached bones. The energy begins to dissipate, the main battery's salvo coming to an end. The array in the airship has greatly amplified the power of revenant witchcraft. We can't take another hit. We must close the distance before they fire again. Countless witchcraft drones and bloodied witchlings take flight. They rush toward the skeleton. They sure shot first without asking questions, and here I thought this pile of bones was precious to them. Does Teresa's plan to vaporize us with it?
A little further, W. Lifebone can't link up with the airship at this distance.
Taking too much fire to make a smooth approach.
We'll have to do it the fun way. Take this.
What's a witchling? I don't know. A loud boom and a loud wail. Sick. The massive skeleton smashes into the airship's armor. Blue and purple nerves bundles stretch out, clinging to everything they touch. Winding themselves around the airship, fragile bone plates shatter and fall from the sky, disappearing amongst the branches and vines. The Revenant roars, raging at the shackles, the audacity, the impudence. Every Sark has heard the cry of the Revenant in their hearts before they ever set foot on the airship's deck. Who do you think you're trying to stop? The Revenant never wavers.
Got it. We have the airship.
Take the airship with us.
I don't take orders from you. I know what to do. Your turn, Bonesy. Move it. Hey, why aren't you moving? Hello? Anybody home? The Fairmont skeleton is badly damaged. Its soul seems to have wandered off again. Now? It's the skeleton that's getting dragged away. What do we do, Doctor?
Then we take the airship ourselves.
Wow, your tactics are really getting bold. I'm nearly impressed.
Amia Countach, you know the Revenant better than anyone else.
I'm ready.
W, your bombs work even better behind enemy lines.
As if I didn't know.
Logos, protect Lifebone. I can prevent any enemy from approaching it for 30 minutes. You'll need to come with us to the airship, Doctor. I will. No hesitation or questions. It's not the time for those.
So the small talk. Made up your minds? Let's go. We'll slide over this bunch of nerves, Bunny. Don't let those witchlings hit you. I'll intercept any stray projectiles. Dr. Coutsett, Doctor, we'll clear a place to land. Be careful.
Monster. Joyful brain. Hang on, Doctor. There are some things that only you can control. You may be our last hope in this darkest hour. Just as you used to be. Monster grabs you and leaps down. The feeling of weightlessness makes you uneasy, and the raging winds force your eyelids shut. In the distance, you can hear Logos' incantations, W's laughing, and the explosions from Sarkaz drones being shot down. You feel your weight return as someone grabs your hand.
Doctor, we're here. Looks like an old friend has come calling. This ship is a revenant, right? Looks like it doesn't like people standing on its head.
Strange shadows sweep out from the metal walls, filling every corner of the deck I'm not sure what that's supposed to be saying. But sure, filling every corner of the deck. The slight tremors in their movement echo the breath of the Revenant. Strange shadow. Oh snap, look at these things.
The Revenant work. It's expecting us. It won't let us stop it so easily. We'll just pummel it until it stops. This time, I brought bombs more than enough.
Never mind the use of force. Death has
Focused
its own resting
Soul
place.
Remnant. Deals attack. Okay, I can't read. Attacks deal arts damage. Can pick up and retain up to 3 soul maelstroms. When carrying a soul maelstrom, expands all maelstroms to deal continuous arts damage to the target and all your units in a line. And what's that spinning top? Is that the maelstrom?
Enemy spotted. It'll be nice if they entered single file like the
Guess
Knights
so.
do, though.
They're probably gonna try and.
Be good, be cuffed.
Oh
I'll
my
be your
goodness.
motive after taking you in.
That's a laser beam, alright.
Pass on your last words? No. Need speed to succeed. Pass on your last words? No.
I mean, if they're just gonna sit there, we're gonna not let them
Moving to designated location.
touch us. Uh-oh.
Pass on your last
That was good
words?
timing.
No. Moving to designated location.
Picked out your bait yet?
Moving to designated location.
Mission accomplished.
Swire pretty much soloed that. Pretty much soloed that.
Every incantation I wrote was utilized by you, with not a single word wasted. We make for an excellent team, Doctor.
Yeah, story there, huh? Okay. Soul fragments born of a revenant's will. Innumerable emotions intertwine within, millennia of confused memories converging into a tangible maelstrom. Soul remnants born of a revenant's will. As it absorbs the roving maelstroms, it releases turbulent witchcraft and emotions that impale enemies both in front and behind. Line breaker. Keep your focus as you dash through cold steel skeleton. Oh snap, we got some drones.
Keep track of my position. I'm ready to strike.
I don't really want my holiday mood ruined, so hurry up and stop resisting.
Oh, so we're just going
the
straight into a
rush.
battle.
This will keep you quiet. Need speed to succeed.
What the heck is that thing? Not gonna tell me? Okay. That's cool, I guess.
ご安心くださいまし。この毒はゆっくりとあなた方の命を蝕みますのよ。この毒はゆっくりとあなた方の命を蝕みますのよ。
This is no arena. No scars to be remembered or rewarded.
我が無追記は汝に死をもたらす。 Please, 我が無追記は汝に死をもたらさ。
I see them. I'll be right back.
I don't know what the flying enemies are even doing.
Moving to designated location.
So they changed flight paths on me. That's not cool. How dare you?
Bad luck. You ran into me.
Thus, I speak.
Need speed to succeed.
Alright, well, Logos died.
I'm prepared to fight.
Well, this is about to be messy.
Feels fresh every time. Losing sight. Fear not the firelight.
Pass on your last words? No.
No one can see me.
Moving to designated location. Moving to designated location.
Mission accomplished.
Alright, any more weird shadows wanna get blown to pieces? Well, shit. There actually is one. Cutting down their numbers is most likely pointless. W. They're simply the projections of the Revenant's power. So long as the Revenant dwells on the ship, there will be no end to its creations. This is nothing more than a means to buy time. And then how about I blow up a couple more holes until the Revenant decides to come out of hiding? I'm afraid that won't work. This whole ship is nothing but the Revenant's husk. Even if you were to destroy the ship's outer shell or blow it up, the Revenant would still be able to keep it running with witchcraft. It would only temporarily keep it functional, but it would be more than enough to take them to Amnannam. To completely stop the airship, we must find and destroy the Revenant's core. Gotta say, we Sarkaz are up to some really weird shit. Keeps you up at night. Can't we take care of this with bombs? The firepower of an entire fleet's main guns might break through its outer shell, stopping it from operating, even using witchcraft. Alright, I'll go look for that core then. One day, I'm gonna get myself a cannon.
How do we find the Revenant's core?
I am not certain. As a true core of the airship, it is certainly protected by layers of defenses, hidden away carefully in some cabin. We only uncover it by infiltrating deeper into the ship. This also means that our enemies will be able to defend it much more easily. But there is no time.
Is the Revenant privy to everything about the airship?
Theoretically, but the airship is large in size, its attention is limited.
Ines has been on this ship, and she still got out of here without a scratch, didn't she?
If you count jumping off the airship and plummeting hundreds of feet and getting off without a scratch, then yeah.
Well, it could also be because she's not a real Sarkaz and it can't feel the mental pressure the Revenant lays on.
We need to work with each other. We must find a way to distract the Revenant.
Doctor, you mean...
When somebody's hurt real bad, they won't notice an insect crawling up their pants. If the Revenant's really sharper than we thought... You wink at Amia, who stares blankly at you for a second before nodding. Light it up, W.
Is that enough of a ruckus for ya? Alright, you insects. Don't get spotted too easily. Not until you find her.
Doctor, Amia, will enter the airship through the opening W made. Stay close. This is our one and only chance.
It's empty.
It seems the military commission has already evacuated all the passengers. They know how dangerous this mission would be.
Cal said, if the airship's really going to collide with Amnannam, then what happens?
Amnannam will assimilate all information it comes in contact with. That includes all materials, organic or not, even personalities and emotions. Everything will be engulfed in orangenium crystals.
Then Teresa and the Revenant...
Yes, they chose to sail here, and it means they understand what this entails.
What? Teresa, what are you doing? What do they want from the orangenium? A possibility. A deep, sophisticated voice can be heard from within the cabin, but there are no signs of life. The hallway is as empty as before. This voice...
It sounds familiar. It's in this place, its voice can be heard by all.
In Minoan legend, a hero stole fire from mankind, and for this, he was punished by the gods and set ablaze for eternity. Very few know what this legend originated among the Sarkaz. But he is no hero. His story thereafter is unworthy of telling. The Revenant. It noticed us nonetheless. Well, in just the blink of an eye, countless strange shadows fill what was an empty corridor. The Revenant's words are emitted from their vibrations. That explosion, it was indeed cause for concern and anxiety. If it wasn't for the King of Sarkaz's reminder, I really would have forgotten all about you. Oh, how forgetful of me. I've remembered more than enough, but I should never have forgotten. False King of Sarkaz, how could I have ignored your existence? Monster, get ready for battle. Amia, protect the doctor. Immediately, a pitch-black spear solidifies at Amia's fingertips before launching forward. However, it is swallowed whole by the walls and stairs. How can you possibly kill me while you're within me? The same way bacteria kills people. There are too many of them.
There are too many of them. We need to move.
Each and every corridor looks the same. Each and every staircase seems to be connected to the same space. Panda Afros, thanks for the raid. Although we've had this stream's been a spotty one. You chose a spotty stream to come to, but I appreciate it. These are nothing but the Revenant's blood vessels, and its will can manifest anywhere. That was quite the scream there.
It's no good. We can't shake them.
Now, W. What? Are we on a radio with her? Who did we shout to? You find it difficult to keep your eyes open because of the massive explosion, but the plan continues to be executed as expected. I guess she's here with us.
Bunny, swap sides. Calcid, have your little pet hold on to the dead weight. We need to quickly... Hold on, this place...
Suddenly you are struck with a bad feeling. Something's not right. W's bombs can't be this strong. Well, that seems a little rude. Was doing some of chapter 14. Nice. How have you been liking it? It's been a good one. It's been a good chapter, a lot of good art in this one. Using the explosion's momentum, the entire corridor is being torn apart by its master's own will. You feel yourself sliding down a corridor leading downstairs. Hey, old hag! You try your hardest to maintain your balance and look toward where you last saw Calcit, only to find that she's been completely engulfed by the black shadow. Rip.
The Revenant itself tore the structure here apart. It's trying to...
A loud bang can be heard, and Amia disappears on the other side of the collapsing corridor.
Little bunny, hold on.
A black shadow sweeps by, separating you and W. The moment you two turn around, a sharper blade made of witchcraft slices through where you two were moments earlier. Impatient braying. It fails to hook onto your collar with its claws, and you tumble downward, downstairs, down the corridor. Impatient howling. Before you crash onto the floor of the area downstairs, a hand grabs you by your collar from behind. Gotcha. No, I should say you finally fell right into my hands. She saved us. Creak, creak, creak. The sound of steel being bent and twisted echoes throughout the narrow space. The ship is chewing apart the darkness inside its body. You put in quite a bit of work simply to force me into this closed-off trap. Revenant. With the way you are, have you forgotten even your name? There is no response. Creak. Nothing can be heard except for the sound of metal being torn apart. Sharp debris continue to peel and fall away from the ship's body. Calcit knows that if this unknown space is anything like a magnetic field, she must be the center pulling in all fatal threats. A threat. It seems that even though you have burned away for years, you still have some sanity left in you. But if your chaotic mind still holds a trace of memories in Kasdal, you should be well aware that death threats are meaningless to me. Silence. But Calcit can feel that the shadows that will engulf her here are still lurking in the darkness, watching her. You think Calcit just knows this Revenant? Also, Panda Afros, thanks for following. I appreciate it. Waiting for the moment to strike. No, you should know. After all, Teresa herself knows this well. You are listening, are you not, Teresa? I can feel your will in the ship. I thought you would be here waiting for me. Calcit reaches her hand out to the wall to feel the life in this ship. Ice cold, coarse metal, and oranginium. Despite the darkness, Calcit is nonetheless able to clearly see the oranginium growing and assimilating everything around it. But it avoids the area her fingers touched. To think you can now influence the natural growth of oranginium to this extent. If the oranginium here continues to grow, the airship will be completely crystallized by the time it crashes. And then everybody inside will also. That includes me. So is this what you are trying to tell me? She gets no response. The first oranginium, you, Teresis, the Sarkaz. I used to think I knew enough about your plan. But it seems you are much further down this road than I imagined. You may have me locked away here, but I don't believe I am truly the one you should be vigilant against. You've always been a headache, Teresa, just like in the past. Oh. Just like in the past. Teresa, as you are now, do you still believe that Terra has a future? I don't know. I mean, she has to. I don't know why she would change her mind after everything that happened in Babel. At the end of Babel, why else? Like, why would she change her mind all of a sudden after she's revived? I don't understand. A dark shadow extends underneath Calcit's feet. A jet black ocean gushes out from the darkness, ready to engulf everything in this path in no time. Sure, she'll talk about it. I don't know if she will. She's not talking now. I knew it. She's being coy. Once again, silence has returned to the darkness. As you wish. You'd better have enough time with the dame alone without that one at her side. Don't disappoint me again. Don't disappoint us again. I have waited too long. I must witness this before my death. The end of suffering. Teresa. I'm not sure who that was talking.
To drive them away with fire is easily done. But if we're to ensure they'll never come back to hurt us, then a fire is not enough.
Okay, what did these things do? The soul chalice of regret. Soul chalice born of a revenant's will, brimming with regret unfathomable. The past, tormenting yet unchangeable, is the cruelest cut. Shares a fraction of the damage taken by non-aerial units around itself. Oh. Interesting. That's what it does. Okay. We have time for another. Fight against fate, fight against the internet trying to shut me down. We've got time for one more. Hull breach. Rise above the obsession of the past and let it drive you forward. The tower's collapsing. What else is new?
I've been wondering when you'd come to see me, Calcit. You came too late, and you missed the most beautiful moment. The first flower that budded died last night, but look at it now.
It's full of vigor still. I see no difference compared to before.
Exactly. It was born from the withering, and in an instant it became so healthy and strong. Ah, if only you were able to witness for yourself this miracle born on top of Oranginium.
This garden, built on top of Oranginium, is the fruit of Teresa's painstaking labor. Aside from war, the other path that Teresa found for the Sarkaz is close at hand. But what kind of future does this path lead to? I just thought about this. This is interesting when we can associate it with also, what was the place called? Where's Shoes from? I don't remember what it's called. Right, but they were trying to grow crops in Oranginium tainted soil. Teresa has grown flowers like from Oranginium. So that's like her technology would be pretty useful for them, but also their technology is a good potential backup if Teresa doesn't share her technology. Like, hey, there's another group of people who are figuring it out too.
Ever since you brought the doctor here, you've been spending more time in...
Oh, that's not Teresa, that's Calcit. Ever since you brought the doctor here, you've been spending more time in the garden. Babel still has a lot that needs you. Our chairman, to handle. On top of that, you are absent from today's general meeting.
Not only do we have you, we also have the doctor here now to help us. It's not much of a problem if I take it easy once in a while, isn't it?
I know you, Teresa. You were never one to joke around when it came to important business.
Calcit. Do you know what the doctor thinks?
No, I'm not sure what you've heard. My guess is that you do not have our mutual friend's support.
I won't give up, Calcit. If this is how we're supposed to resolve the predicament that the Sarkaz is facing now, I'll go talk to Teresis. I will show this path to all the Sarkaz, so that they know we aren't fated to live a vicious cycle of hatred.
Teresa.
Calcit, please hear me out first. I know very well that this could be risky, but I trust you. If you find me walking toward an uncontrollable future while I'm on this path, please pull me back. I know you can do this, even though you always keep your opinions to yourself on many things.
If you want that future you're hoping for to actually come true, we'll still have to earn the doctor's support. When it comes to Oranginium utilization, the doctor is irreplaceable. But regardless of what awaits us at the end, I promise you, when the time comes, I'll be there by your side. Menacing growl.
I got the doctor, stop growling. Relax, I won't let go.
The wind roars in your ears through the shattered porthole. You can see the shard and the devastated battlefield below. The ceaseless barrage of intense explosions could fling you outside at any moment, and right now, the only one holding onto your hand is W. The only option is to question how he got in this position. You don't often see W acting this serious. Anxious growl.
I'm trying to think through something actually important, monster, so quit bothering me. You never really know the old hag, but she'd never take her chances with you. Since she insisted on bringing you along on such a dangerous boarding mission, we'll definitely need you if we want to see Her Highness and stop this stinking ship.
Sarkaz expletive.
I've got no choice but to save you now. Come on up.
Was she thinking about letting us drop? Thanks, I guess.
Nothing happened back then. Where do we go now?
I can still hear the bombs ticking on my back.
That's for positioning. You think of an explosion as like a bonus function. If you got swept away, I'd have a hard... I would have to find you. Shit, that reminds me. I should have been the one... I should have given the hag one too.
Disapproving growl.
It'd be a waste on you, you little freak. Now figure out which way we gotta go, you empty tin can. We don't have much time, and this stinking ship's about to crash into that weird thing out there. If I have to die, it's gonna be after I meet Her Highness.
You've been pretty antsy ever since we got on this ship.
Oh, I saved your ass. You don't think that's me being more emotionally stable than usual?
What is that third option? Is it because this is our first date without a third wheel? Wild thing to say at this point in time. Yeah, it's a great way to get blown up. Is it because you're about to meet Teresa? Clearly the correct choice. Besides, the doctor's a taken guy. At least in the future.
I gotta babysit for that old hag and figure out how to bump off the core right now. I don't have time for a Q&A. So stop trying to annoy me with your dumb self-righteous interrogation.
The shadows emerged from the metal. They are everywhere. The Revenant is everywhere and anywhere. It has already made it in front of W.
You are sarcasm too. Are you turning a deaf ear to the myriad souls' anger and squall? You shouldn't.
Oops, my hand slipped. Right, you were saying? Hold on, I bet you're here to tell me where Her Highness is, aren't you?
The sound of the metal being torn apart continues. The entire ship is howling. Nervously hooks onto your clothes. The Revenant is angry.
Looks like it's not really all that rational of a fella. There's a good chance. Can you find out what's the place with the most energy fluctuations on the ship right now? That would be where the core is.
I don't know how to. Looks at W with a mocking expression. What does a mocking expression from Monster look like? Hold on, I still have an idea. Maybe I can figure out which spot shows the highest change in oranginium concentration.
Well, get on it. This asshole's even more impatient than I expected. Doesn't look like it'll wait until you're done. Ugh. Hey, Shadow Freak. You know how the guests are supposed to bring their hosts a gift when they visit? Catch. Little freak. You better keep this dipshit safe, or you're gonna get yourself grounded by the old hag.
High-pitched howl. This way, the wall's so thick the bombs won't blow.
You forgot about this guy, huh? Based on my test before, it's got more than just a thick skin. Hold on tight to it, Doctor. I'll give you two a huge fireworks show. The moment it goes off, let it shield you from the impact and take you to the other side. You got that, little freak?
Excited howling. We're getting a lot of personality from Monster in this.
Get ready then. 3, 2, 1. Boom!
I feel kind of dizzy.
Hurry!
My ears can't hear very well. If only it talked. One day, Monster's gonna say something and everyone's gonna, be stun locked.
Hey, Eleazar, how are you feeling? I just checked the wall. I guess you guys didn't have to crash into the blast point with such perfect accuracy. Sorry for making you suffer all that for nothing.
Angrily waves claws.
Watch your claws, little beast. This one here is no match for you.
Monster, I'm okay. Let me down.
You look terrible. You can drop the act in front of me. You want me to believe you can take this much? I don't buy it.
If Amiya's running into these things too...
Ines told me the little bunny's already run into these things once in Norport. She's got more experience than any of us when it comes to dealing with it. Heh, I bet she's more worried about me offing you rather than the Revenant.
Threatening howl.
Shut up. The old hag isn't here to back you up now. The little bunny's gonna be fine. Take my word for it. Eleazar, stop dawdling. Let's go.
Standing in the corridor, W subconsciously looks outside the window and freezes for a moment.
Let's get going. We ain't got time for sightseeing.
You come to the window and look at the battlefield beneath you. The sky is still lit up by the size of King's golden glow. Victoria's counterattack must have started. Victoria's counterattack has begun.
Down there is a real hell now. No need to look anymore.
Were you saddened by the battlefield?
More than enough Sarkas have died. Keep up. I have lots of questions for Her Highness.
Looks around in alarm. Monster? Attacks the ground furiously. A dark current of shadow silently appears at your feet and drags you toward the end of the hall at an incredible speed. You can feel the tip of a sharp blade at the back of your neck. There's more than just the Revenant here. Low-pitched growling. The black tide engulfs the struggling monster and keeps it from moving. Sarkas expletive.
Trying to snatch my mark from under my eyes.
Angry howling.
Come back.
You can see a flash of light within the darkness at the end of the corridor, followed by a loud boom. What grabbed us? The force coming from behind you is so strong that it propels you out of the darkness and straight into the ground. Ouch.
How's that? The last propulsion unit with tracking. Not bad, huh? And like I said, the explosions are just a bonus. It'll still make you suffer for 2 or 3 days, though. Ha! We make a great team, don't we?
I never agreed to this team up. You could have reminded me beforehand.
It was never your call, if or how we were gonna team up. Hey, you in there? I bet that gave you a start, too.
How are there still more assassins?
You haven't changed, W. Huh?
Airship apparition. Okay, this is a fake assassin. Okay. I was gonna say, there's just like, how many assassins did they make?
You can't go any further. And you, Doctor.
You are alive. Have we met before?
She remembers the day she returned to Babel.
She remembers that broken door and the blood-stained logo, and those assassins hiding under their masks. They took Teresa's life. That Teresa. Are you alive? You are alive? What? Did I say, are you alive instead? W finds herself exceptionally calm right now.
You're gonna die. And it'll be a real horrible death.
The doctor said that. Yeah, the doctor said, you are alive? I don't know. I don't know. It's an apparition, though. I don't think it's a real assassin.
Let us move. A timely
Infused
departure
soul
paves the
husk
way
can
for
pick up and
early
retain 3
return.
maelstroms. When carrying a maelstrom, expends the maelstrom to summon an orbiting soul orb that deals heavy arts damage to your units that collide into it. I see. Why are they by my objective?
毒薬の準備が整いました。この毒はゆっくりとあなた方の命を蝕みますのよ。
Well, I tried.
Boss?
幻覚が見えるかしら。
Got a problem that needs solving?
Ow.
我が蜜液が汝に死をもたらす。
Need speed to succeed.
Okay, serious face.
You saw nothing. Moving to designated location.
Looks for me.
Want a candy? Animosity be gone with the flow.
I got this. Focus elsewhere.
This is no arena. No scars will be remembered or rewarded.
You
Ow.
stepped into my domain.
Wait, relax. But tying your legs together won't make you fly.
Bad luck. You ran into me.
All right. They do hurt. They do hurt, but still not too bad.
You said you won't resist. You said you want the release of death. I don't believe you.
She pierces the assassin's chest with her dagger, but intentionally avoids dealing a fatal blow. She wants to hear the coward and the mask scream. She slowly spins the dagger, trying to catch one sound, one sign of weakness. She wants to hear it, but there is nothing.
I won't let you die so easily. You took Her Highness. Death is too good for you. You said you were prepared to die when you accepted the mission. I don't believe you. You want to live, don't you? You want to run away.
She wants them to run. She needs them to run. That way she can chase them and hunt them and make them die in despair. She will drink their despair. But that is not enough. Not even close. What would be enough?
Hold this grenade, it'll explode soon. I'm right here. Prove it to me. You can throw it away. Do that and you'll live. I won't kill you, I'll let you go. Throw it away.
There won't be anything left of me once this thing goes off, right? Good. You should stay away. She does not believe it. She wants to find a sign, any sign that this man is bluffing. One moment of hesitation, the slightest hint of his desire to live. White light bursts before her eyes from the hand that held the grenade tightly. Fire flies by her cheeks, but she feels no sense of satisfaction. This is not enough. Enough, W. No, it's not enough. Not nearly close. I have more. W. The dark tides recede in the wake of the explosion. What about the man? Is there no trace left of him?
Did I use too much of my stock? Who cares? The real waste is if I don't use it. Are you okay?
I'm okay. What happened to you just now?
What? I'm just saving your skin.
Low growling.
Little monster, you remember these people, don't you? Ghosts that should have died a long time ago.
Angry roar. Should have died long ago. Do you know these ghosts?
You don't know them?
Should I?
Ha! You better be telling the truth. I don't know if this is one of the Revenant's tricks. And I don't know if it's a coincidence that he appears on this ship which carries Her Highness. But he's dead.
I feel like there's going to be more.
The more the merrier. This mission is getting more and more interesting. Let's go. This way?
Yes, this way.
You go first. No need to worry. This little monster goes with you. I have to keep you in my field of view in order to react in time.
Alright.
It's not that hard, is it, working with me?
The corridor smells of death. The silence is revolting. She does not need anyone to tell her that they are getting closer to the Revenant's core. Why would Her Highness be in a place like this? Will Her Highness be there? Will Her Highness remember me? She has many questions, but thinking about it serves only to stifle her excitement. She cannot let Teresa see her down and oppressed. Teresa always told her she looks best when she is smiling. She remembers...
Hey, bastards. I was just thinking of you.
You shall not pass. You shall not pass. They really have said that 4 times now in this story. Go no further.
Don't stop, Eleazar. What we're looking at must be waiting at the end of the corridor. Just grab onto the little monster and don't think about anything else. I guarantee they'll all turn to ash before they can touch you.
There's only so much you can do on your own.
Huh?
Angry roar. I'm fine, monster. Buy me some time, W. I have an idea.
I'm not the bunny. I don't need you to tell me what to do. You need to do something, do it. Skip the talk.
Alright, I'll keep going. Deal with the doctor.
Did you really think I was just gonna leave the dumbass alone? Have you spent so much time with the Revenant that you've gotten crazy too? I left him a bunch of nice things. Close your eyes, Eleazar. Bam!
You left the plan B on me.
Don't praise me. I was going to give the old hag a surprise when we met up. Now it's all wasted.
Look out.
Here's some more good stuff. I've lit up every corner for you. Time to go to hell. Still no use? Guess we'll have to do this the hard way.
Answers excitedly.
Just keep the doctor alive.
Complaining growl. Ghosts continue to emerge from the darkness at the end of the corridor. There seems to be no end to it. One after another, no fear of death, just like back then. Just like back then. Who's thinking that? W or us?
Who helped you?
She gets no answer. This endless corridor is filled with the bodies of the perpetrators, but why could she not find out how this betrayal happened? She is sure that the answer is here. Here in Babel, amidst the seemingly unremarkable mission logs of PRTS. Perhaps it's just at the end of the corridor. Here. Ah. Here, beneath these bodies. Did you come back to help? Go, save Her Highness.
What are you doing here?
I tried to protect Her Highness, but someone knocked me out. Did we save her?
You saw the assassins?
The defense systems went offline all of a sudden. Then enemies rushed in. My team and I tried to protect Her Highness.
Are these your teammates? They're dead. But you're alive. Her Highness is dead. Protect Her Highness. Ha! You can protect Her Highness with this grenade.
She holds back the urge. If only she had stayed here. Would it have changed anything? She steps over her body and continues down the corridor. She hears no explosion from behind her.
Trash coward.
Wow, okay. She arrives at the speaker's office to find the bodies of assassins piled outside the door. She does not want to go any further. Who is she to mourn Teresa? Who is she to mourn Teresa when she has not killed the traitors? In her heart, she already has the answer to who was behind all of this. The one who led the assassins stood here and led death to Teresa. She would confront that one once she killed everyone who participated in the deed. It would be her last target. The door's opening, we're going in.
You.
She looks at you. You stand in the darkness at the end of the corridor. Monster's massive frame stands between you and the ghosts charging towards you. I've drawn them out. The monster can't hold them off for too long. Loud roar.
Hang in there, little monster.
So did she just realize that we're the one who did it? Did she not know that yet? She throws several bombs towards the gathered black apparitions. Or like kind of forgot, maybe? Angry roar. W charges into the wake of the explosion. She does hate you. Yeah, I assumed she knew because she hated us. But maybe she just like remembered just in that moment. She's like, I did promise to kill this guy. She goes through enemies and monster, through the fire and the cracking air. W arrives at the other side of the door. She turns around. The figure is still standing in the corridor, one hand on the door control as countless wraiths try to rush out from behind. She has no memory of ever having seen this scene, but there was a scene from her imagination of the assassination, a scene that she could never shake. Did that evil spirit stand before Teresa like this? Did the culprits who took her life rush out from behind the evil spirit like this? Was it the evil spirit who opened the door to step to the speaker's office? Come back, monster. I'm closing the door. Excited howling. Another bomb, W. Buy some time. She tosses the bomb almost instinctively without arguing. Yeah, I think she just wasn't 100% sure. Raises you excitedly. Oh. Take it easy, my back hurts. She looks at you as if she's trying to find a shadow of someone bygone upon you. Why are you looking at me like that?
Was this your genius plan to prevent them from coming in? That simple?
Sometimes the simplest are the most effective.
Wait, is this crystallization?
I saw that the airship was beginning to crystallize as I came in.
So that was our last chance before the door became fully crystallized. You had planned to block the door on your own from the beginning.
I had you in Monster. I trust you in Monster. Let's lay it on just to make her a little more under turmoil. I trust you and Monster.
Trust me. Until I find out what happened back then,
Look, I think this is the place. My calculations are right. The engines roar deep inside the hulls of the ship. Souls burn, releasing pain and anger. The core of the airship lies bare before you. The airship is powered by burning the revenants. Dun dun dun. It's just like the Soul Forge.
Teresa isn't here. Doesn't matter what it is, blow it up, and this piece of junk stops. Let's finish our business here. I got more important stuff to do. You're coming with me to see Teresa.
Alright. If you say so.
I know you're here, old geezer. I put a special gift for you under your bed. It's a present time.
The bomb didn't work? How dare you come here? Out, blood. And you, Sarkaz. The burning core instantly freezes and the scattered flames rush back inside. The fire that illuminates life dims. All sound fades. One could hear one's own heartbeat in the silence left behind. Darkness begins to fill the room. Shadows flow out of the core, converging into a great river, its current speeding up. Until a great black tide, enough to swallow the entire room, rushes towards you.
Such great pain and anger.
No more words, Outblood King. I have abided your many transgressions only because of Teresa. No more. You know what we are trying to stop? It is not just a war that the Sark has needs. You are trying to extinguish the flame that will change our destiny. You shall not succeed. The black tide that swallowed Amia recedes and the shadows pulling at her weaken.
He's focusing his strength. All the shadows, they've disappeared. Looks like someone else found the Revenant's location first. Is the doctor okay? I wonder where Dr. Calcit and W are. I can feel the place where the anger is strongest. That's what we're looking for. Hang in there, Doctor. Dr. Calcit. I'm coming. Signs of explosions. W must have been here. Did Monster leave these claw marks? Is the doctor with W?
A figure that Amia never expected to see emerges from the shadows at the end of the corridor. She has never forgotten the nightmare from so many years ago. She remembers Teresa and the black sword that pierced her chest. The black-robed killers.
Impossible. You're all dead. Ascalon checked and made sure you...
King of Sarkaz, you're too late. She knew you would come.
Teresa.
Amia, the ones you're looking for will die.
Get out of my way. You.
Spare the effort of reading our emotions. The only way you will pass is over our cold dead bodies.
I see the fragments of your memories. How could this be? You're from Babel.
What is happening?
Doctor, you're
These
right.
assassins, this assassin storyline is
always
crazy.
come from within the store.
Actually insane. I do not know where they're going with it at this point. They're from Babel now. So they're apparitions, but they're also have memories of people from Babel. different group. I guess they could have made more, but why? Yeah, and they're the ones that that W found in the cave as well, which is like that obviously must tie into this in some way, but how does it all tie together? I do not
Have you
know.
been doing well lately, Doctor?
I have no prediction on this at all. Still need 14, 18 or so plus. Yeah. Cool stuff though. I'm really liking this whole W arc we're getting now with the hanging out with the doctor. It's really good. I also like I like Monster being separate from Calcit because they're really showing off its personality. Good stuff indeed. We'll continue tomorrow, hopefully with better connection. Hopefully. For now, thank you all for watching. And until we meet again, may the sands of time wish you well.